There were cameras all over my husband when he was murdered.
Courage is hope in action.
She thinks it's a solid case at least, and is saying, show everybody what you have so they can see true evil. Within her capacity of chairman and CEO of Turning Point USA, they could be more transparent about what happened that day. People don't like the stuff that they've seen about Mikey McCoy. They don't like what they've seen about Rob McCoy.
Candace Owens recently launched a public confrontation against Erika Kirk without holding anything back. She's making explosive claims that Erika might be participating in a psychological operation, commonly known as a PsyOp. According to Candace's assessment, the entire objective involves hyping up TPUSA's chief of staff, Mikey McCoy. The alleged reason? Mikey is purportedly being groomed as Charlie's successor within the organization. Allow that revelation to fully register before proceeding further. The behavior exhibited after Charlie was shot raises profoundly serious questions that demand examination. Mikey McCoy was positioned mere feet away from Charlie when the incident occurred. When the gunshot rang out across the venue, Mikey demonstrated no flinching reaction whatsoever. He didn't turn around immediately. He failed to react like someone who just witnessed a violent attack unfold before their eyes. Instead, he calmly retrieved his phone, placed it against his ear, and walked away from the scene while Charlie remained lying there wounded.
To people that Turning Point USA is continuing, and it is. I mean, we are so blessed to have more work than we even could ever dream of. I mean, it's beautiful.
The troubling aspect involves TPUSA's organizational response, which is concentrated almost entirely on defending Erika and Mikey rather than pursuing justice for Charlie or demanding concrete answers. Their approach involves defense mechanisms, damage control strategies, and circling the wagons protectively. Candace appears to be the sole individual genuinely pushing for truth and transparency. Meanwhile, Erika has already begun discussing future opportunities. Her husband was just killed, yet she's openly discussing what comes next for her professional career. Does that behavioral pattern sound normal under these circumstances? Candace continues investigating deeper, and the more she uncovers, the more Erika demonstrates panic. Candace systematically pulls receipts one after another, producing damaging evidence that could potentially implicate not just Erika individually but TPUSA as an entire organization. How does Erika respond to these revelations? She threatens Candace with lawsuit action. Both she and TPUSA attempt slapping her with a gag order, desperately wanting her silenced. But Candace refuses backing down, instead dropping even more receipts publicly. The allegations now expand beyond initial scope. This situation isn't merely about Erika anymore. Candace begins connecting multiple TPUSA members to questionable behavior patterns. She shifts investigative focus beyond Erika and her Romanian Angels charity organization. She raises concerns about TPUSA's COO Tyler Boyer, including allegations that Tyler engaged in inappropriate relationships with young male interns and maintained involvement with shady Ukrainian orphanages. These accusations aren't minor concerns.
I mean, I've received an unbelievable amount of emails from people that are convinced that Charlie's actually still alive, right? And it's not sad because those people are crazy. They're actually reacting to the lack of emotion and the lack of drive that is coming out of Turning Point USA to figure out who killed him. Yeah. That is how absurd they are acting. Just move on. Just donate to Turning Point USA. This is what Charlie would want. And that's his legacy.
At this juncture, Candace stops extending any benefit of doubt toward Erika. She calls her out publicly and directly. She accuses Erika of actively promoting TPUSA's new leadership structure instead of fighting for justice for her deceased husband.
That had been my advice for Erika in a stage of grieving to go from being the widow to being the CEO and the chairman of the company. If I was running the company, I would have said, let's put in place an interim CEO, right? Someone below. Justin Strife, I think, was the COO. I would have put in an interim CEO and allowed people to figure things out.
Candace asserts that Erika's behavioral patterns make it appear as though Charlie remains alive. This isn't how someone typically acts after losing their spouse suddenly and violently. Erika doesn't present as a grieving widow. She appears more like someone moving forward with a predetermined business plan.
The defense wants to ban cameras in the courtroom. How do you feel about that?
There were cameras all over my husband when he was murdered. There have been cameras all over my friends and family mourning. There have been cameras all over me, analyzing my every move, analyzing my every smile, my every tear. We deserve to have cameras in there. Why not be transparent? There's nothing to hide. I know there's not, because I've seen what the case is built on. Let everyone see what true evil is. This is something that could impact a generation and generations to come.
Candace then addresses Erika directly during her show broadcast, speaking as though Erika occupies the room. She criticizes her for performing like a girl boss CEO when she should be demanding transparency and justice relentlessly. She tells Erika she should represent the loudest voice asking difficult questions, but she's conspicuously silent. Instead, Erika appears on Jesse Waters' show. What does she accomplish there? She accepts the official narrative completely. She embraces the alleged shooter story without resistance. No pushback emerges. No skepticism surfaces. Just full compliance with whatever narrative the FBI presents. Candace isn't buying this performance. She identifies major holes within the official story. She criticizes Erika for going along with the FBI narrative without questioning anything. She suggests that perhaps Erika avoids transparency for specific reasons. Maybe transparency would expose TPUSA's actual role in these events. Candace even mentions events tied to September 10th. She's actively connecting dots that lead straight back to specific individuals inside TPUSA.
The entire issue and the energy right now is that people, irrespective of what's happening on paper, don't believe the story. They don't believe the story. And you are, and of course this is only a snippet of the interview, so I'm sure more will be said here, but I'm getting that you have seen the case, you think it's a solid case, she thinks it's a solid case at least, and is saying, show everybody what you have so they can see true evil. Within her capacity of chairman and CEO of Turning Point USA, they could be more transparent about what happened that day. People don't like the stuff that they've seen about Mikey McCoy. They don't like what they've seen about Rob McCoy. They don't like the history of Rob and Mikey McCoy and their involvement here. They don't like the video of Terrell. They don't believe what time text messages were sent or when the phone calls took place. You know, Rob McCoy is lying. In the areas that you can control the transparency, I think doing that would be beneficial to Turning Point USA, because I don't think Turning Point USA is going to survive.
Candace begins naming names explicitly. First up, Chief of Staff Mikey McCoy, the same Mikey whom Erika praised shortly after Charlie's death
And
occurred.
my husband's Chief of Staff, the amazing Mikey McCoy, and my husband.
The same Mikey who stood directly behind Charlie when he was shot. Returning to September 10th, Mikey positioned himself right there, directly behind Charlie. The shot happens. Mikey shows almost no reaction. He doesn't duck instinctively. He doesn't flinch reflexively. He doesn't attempt helping. He places his phone against his ear and calmly walks away from the scene. He doesn't remain to check on Charlie's condition. He simply leaves. Here's where circumstances become even stranger. Mikey's father is Pastor Rob McCoy. According to the pastor's account, Mikey called him immediately after the shooting occurred. Pastor McCoy claims Mikey told him Charlie was shot in the neck specifically. He also claims Mikey had blood covering him extensively. But video footage tells a completely different story. There's no blood visible on Mikey whatsoever. The pastor stated that the minute Charlie was shot, Mikey called saying Charlie was shot in the neck, asking him to call every pastor for prayer. He claimed Mikey had his wits about him and was directing operations despite having blood all over him. So who was Mikey really talking to on that phone? Because now Erika claims she was on the phone with Mikey during that critical moment, which raises additional questions. If that's accurate, why didn't anyone mention this detail earlier? Why is this information only emerging now? It represents another inconsistency in a timeline already full of contradictions. Then there's Tyler Boyer, TPUSA's COO. Someone wrote sharing stories about Tyler Boyer's involvement in Maricopa County politics generally, describing what he did previously in Arizona. The stories indicate someone approached him several times about embezzlement. They claimed Tyler was hooking up with young male interns or young male workers, and he didn't even care. The person would go on record because all this happened with proof, and everybody knows about Tyler Boyer at Turning Point USA. It's become an absurdity. But this is the person placing people into power positions at Turning Point USA. Candace goes after him too. An insider comes forward claiming Tyler maintained inappropriate relationships with male interns. These aren't merely ethical concerns but serious legal concerns. But revelations don't stop there. Candace links Tyler Boyer to a Ukrainian orphanage. Erika allegedly maintains ties to a Romanian orphanage. 2 high-ranking TPUSA figures. 2 foreign orphanages. Candace says this pattern feels disturbing, and she's not wrong in that assessment. Then she asks the question nobody else is asking. Was Charlie set up because Tyler allegedly introduced Charlie to Erika? Was Tyler acting as a handler? Is there a connection between Tyler and Erika through their orphanage work? Candace admits this is speculation but maintains the connections are too significant to ignore. It's not just Candace noticing something's off. Trisha Hope, a Texas delegate, speaks out publicly, commenting that Charlie's death was suspicious. What happens? Tyler Boyer contacts her directly, expressing concern over her public comments. He's not happy she's asking questions. Trisha urges TPUSA to release factual information. She wants autopsy results. She wants to know if the bullet was recovered. Basic questions. Reasonable questions. Tyler dismisses all of it as made up. But here's what we still don't have. No public autopsy information. No confirmed details about bullet recovery. The FBI initially claimed the bullets had words engraved on them. Then the public realized that words wouldn't even fit on bullets that size. Suddenly the FBI stopped mentioning it. So where are the answers? Why isn't TPUSA asking these questions? Candace highlights their complete lack of curiosity. Erika and TPUSA show zero interest in getting answers. Their main concern seems to be silencing Candace. Not finding the truth but silencing the person demanding it. The attacks against Candace keep coming. She's allegedly been threatened with lawsuit action. There are efforts to discredit her publicly. People claim she has postpartum psychosis. They're trying to paint her as unstable and irrational. But is she? Is Candace crazy for demanding answers? Or are the people claiming to love Charlie the ones acting strange? Because right now, Charlie's death is being treated like old news, like it's time to move on, like there's nothing left to see here. And that should bother you deeply.